Alright, so the Xbox Series S and Series X, they're pretty good. Hey guys, welcome to Retethered Tech. My name is Jonathan, and this is Last Week in Tech, where we're going to take a look at the biggest story last week in tech, and that was getting more information about the Xbox Series X and Series S. Specifically, the pricing. Now we know how much these two consoles are going to cost. The Xbox Series S is going to be $299 and the Series X is $499. And that's a really good price for what you're getting, at least in my opinion. Now I know the Xbox Series S is going to have some limitations, mainly that it doesn't have native 4K resolution gaming. Instead, it's going to have 1440p resolution gaming, and it is going to be capable of 60 frames per second and up to 120 frames per second. So that's actually pretty nice for the price, $300, and you'll still be able to get 1440p at 120 frames per second on certain games. That's pretty good for the price. The only issue I have is the storage capacity. Because this is an all digital console, that means all the games you buy for the console are going to be digital only, where you're going to download all those games onto the console. It only has 512 gigabytes of storage, and that's not a lot of storage, especially when you're going to be downloading every single game onto the console. These next gen games are going to use up a lot of space. So that 512 gigabytes, that might seem like a lot right now, but then when you start downloading games, you're going to see how quickly that fills up. You're going to have the ability to buy these storage cards that Xbox is also selling along with the Xbox Series S and Series X that will add up to 1 terabyte of storage and maybe even more in the future. But I still don't know how much that's going to cost. If you look at something similar to that has 2 terabytes or 1 terabyte of storage, that could be $100 to $200 more. So if you add that onto it as well, it's going to be at least a $400 console, maybe $500 depending on how much storage you want.
What? You gotta be kidding me!
And that's still not knowing how much these memory cards are actually going to be. They may be even more expensive. But in my opinion, these are still great values. Because if you look at the specs, you look at what's inside these consoles. For example, the Xbox Series X, when you look at the graphics card that it's going to come with, the AMD RDNA 2 that offers up 12 teraflops of graphics performance. When you look at similar graphics card that offer similar performance, you're going to spend at least $600, $700, even $800. Those are expensive graphics cards. So you're getting a lot of value with these consoles. For $500, you're not only getting that great graphics card with that great performance, but you're also getting a complete system. And even though the Series S on paper isn't as powerful as the Xbox Series X, it doesn't need to be. The Xbox Series X is aiming at native 4K at 60 frames per second, and it has the ability to also go up to 120 frames per second. The Series S is aiming at only 1440p, so the graphics card, even though on paper isn't as powerful, it doesn't have to push out all that resolution, so it doesn't need to be. The performance will still be there for the Series S. And that's why it's also a very, very good value. It's only $300. That's a really good price for what you're getting. If you were to build a gaming PC with the same performance capabilities, you would spend a lot more money than $300 to $500, the amount of money that you would be spending on the Series X and S. So that's why for me personally, I think these consoles, these next-gen consoles, are really something to look forward to. This is going to bring that next gen performance to much more people. I'm just really happy that Microsoft priced these consoles correctly. And this might make Sony have to change their direction when it comes to pricing the PlayStation 5. We still don't know how much the PlayStation 5 is going to be, but I'm sure it's going to have to be competitive. If they want people to actually buy the console, they're going to have to price those two consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 digital version, they're going to have to price them pretty close to what the Xbox Series X and S are offering. Another cool thing that Microsoft is doing with the Xbox is they're offering payment plans. They have the Xbox All Access, which gives you either the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S, and 2 years of Xbox Game Pass for $24.99 for the Series S and $34.99 for the Series X. And you can kind of compare it to a payment plan for your cell phone, right? We all have payment plans set up with our carriers to finance our cell phones. There's no more contracts. We just pay monthly for our cell phones. At least to me, it looks something very similar to a smartphone financing plan. And it may be just another way for Microsoft to get monthly payments from everyone. I mean, they're kind of selling these consoles at a loss, and it's really so that they can charge more money on a monthly basis for subscriptions and for software. But I like that it gives more people the opportunity to buy these next-gen consoles, because not everyone can shell out $300 to $500 to buy the consoles outright. And some people just prefer to pay over time. It's just easier for them. So I think that's really cool that Xbox is doing it. It's smart of them because they're also making you pay for Game Pass. I mean, that's their whole thing. They want you to pay monthly for Game Pass. They want that subscription service to be part of owning an Xbox. And this is just another way to kind of add that on top of not only financing the console, but also making you pay for that monthly subscription. I think Microsoft has done something really good here. I'm really looking forward to these next-gen consoles. And we'll still have to wait and see what Sony does with the PlayStation 5. Hopefully, Sony prices the PlayStation 5 correctly. Hopefully, they don't go too crazy with the pricing, because I'm actually a big PlayStation fan. I actually prefer the PlayStation over the Xbox, but I have to give credit where credit is due. Microsoft did a good job with the pricing and the specs of the Series X and S, and I definitely want to try these next-gen consoles. But what do you think? Are you looking forward to the Xbox Series X or S, or are you going to wait and purchase the PlayStation 5? Let me know with a comment down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos just like this one on tech news, reviews, and opinions, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our new videos. Thanks for watching.